So as you can see, I've restored my dashboard back to the default view there. How did I do that? Well, I just had to drag around those modules and put them all back where they originally were. Now, the next thing that I'd like to do is I want to start touring through the different screens, the different interfaces that we have here in this administration backend. And I'm essentially going to make my way down the left-hand navigation menu. And I'm going to start off with Posts. So go ahead and click on Posts there on the left-hand side. And what that will do is that'll bring you into this Edit Posts screen, this Edit Posts view. So in other words, clicking on Posts here on the left brings you into this first sub-item, Edit, and this is what we see. Okay, so what do we have here? There's lots to look at. Well, don't forget, the vanilla plain default installation of WordPress comes with a default post called Hello World. That's the title of the post. And I can see the post here inside this Edit Post screen. And as you can see here, when I hover over top of Edit World, I get some additional links below it. I can edit this post. We have a quick edit option. I can delete it. And I can also view it. That's the idea there. The author is myself, or on your side, it would be yourself. It's uncategorized. There are no tags assigned to this post. I can see that there's one comment on this post, and I can also see the publication date, the 10th of February 2010, and the status of this post. It's currently published. In other words, it's currently live, right? Hope that makes sense for you. So it just kind of gives you sort of an overall view of all of your posts. And again, as we start adding in more and more posts, we'll get this huge list of posts all the way down the screen. Now, you can use this current view if you like to look at your posts, but we have two different view options here over on the right. We have the list view and we have the excerpt view. If I click on excerpt here, that'll just change our view to this mode here, and now we get a little bit of almost like a preview of our post. The first few words or the first sentence or two out of our post, that's this excerpt view. That's this button here. Or if you want, you can go back to the default list view, which is usually what I use myself anyway. Now, in addition to that, we have some bulk actions. So for example, I could check a post or several posts, and then up towards the top here we have some actions. So bulk actions. I could edit multiple posts, or I could delete multiple posts if I wanted to. Now, I'm not going to do anything here. I more just want to make you aware of this at this point. And over towards the right, you see that we have some filtering options, show all dates and view all categories as well. And again, once we start getting more posts into our blog, you'll see how all of this works. Now, over on the left-hand side, underneath posts, of course, we're inside our edit view right now. I'm going to go and click on add new. So whenever I want to go and create a new post, I can simply head to posts on the left and then click on add new, and that brings me into this view here, this add new post screen. And I'm not going to detail everything inside this view right now. You and I are going to be spending some time creating some new posts, but here I have an editable area here where I can type in some content or insert some media if I wish. And below that I have some additional options like an excerpt, for example, trackbacks, custom fields, and so on. And then up towards the right, we have our publishing settings. And again, we'll get into this in more detail as we go along. Now, over on the left-hand side now, I'm going to click on Post Tags. And that, of course, is going to bring me into the Tags view. And what we can do here is we can add in additional tags for our posts if we want. And then finally, below that, we have categories. And what we can begin doing with our blog is we can begin setting up categories. For example, maybe I'm going to create a blog on software, and I might create some categories based on the software categories. For example, print design, web design, desktop publishing, photo manipulation, this sort of thing. And then as I start creating my blog posts, I can categorize them underneath the appropriate category. So anyway, that's the idea there, and hopefully this has given you a decent tour of the posts submenu here inside the WordPress admin area.